How's it? I am Mr. Willie19 coming at you from the Second Amendment Show here on the YT YouTube. Thank you so very much for checking out this video. The reason for this particular video is a video response to Marvin the Boon. Marvin the Boon over at TAC 1 put out a video, and I believe its title was My Grandma's Wearing a Burqa. At some point in that video, he makes reference to influx of illegal immigrants into America, and I just can't let that one go. I gotta respond to you there, Greg. I just recently returned from the great state of Arizona. Oh, first of all, I'm sorry about I'm not trying to be Mr. Rockstar or anything, but directly behind my monitor is a window that's facing the sun, and I couldn't find my EDC sunglasses, my casual wear EDC, so I just had to grab a pair of safety glasses, some Smith & Wesson shooting glasses. I highly doubt Smith & Wesson manufactures them, but anyway, I'm like a mole in the sunlight. I squint a lot, so that's the reason for the sunglasses. I'm not trying to be a shall not be infringed imitator. That guy actually looks good in his sunglasses. I don't. Okay, back to responding to Marvin the Boon's video. Illegal immigration. I just returned from the great state of Arizona. I was on a kind of working vacation there at Lake Havasu. Now, I had some time to kill before getting there, and I was leaving from about as far southwest as you can possibly be in this country. Right down in San Diego, near the border. There's an interstate. It's known as Interstate 8. And if you don't live in Southern California or Southern Arizona, you're probably not familiar with it. But it runs parallel to Interstate 10, which most people know of. Well, of course it runs parallel to Interstate 10. Any retard knows that even numbered interstates run east to west, and the odd number ones run north to south, whatever. Okay, so anyway, Interstate 8 starts out in Ocean Beach, basically, in San Diego. It's just a little south of SeaWorld. It's right by the Pacific Ocean and heads east. And you go across California, and quickly, you get past, get outside of, La Mesa, and you get past Alpine, and the urban sprawl trickles out quickly. It dwindles very quickly, and you get to see the real Southern California. As in, this place is a desert. It might look pretty on TV and in the movies, a lot of green stuff. Well, fancy, Southern California is a desert. In our higher elevations, which are not that high at all, sure, we get some snow. We got pine trees, a lot of green stuff. And around desert springs and rivers and lakes, of course, there's a lot of greenery. But for the vast majority of Southern California, it's desert scrub. There's tumbleweeds and rocks, and acacia plants and rocks, and cactus and rocks, and mountain lion and rocks, and roadrunner, etc. It's a desert. Okay, we only have some green stuff here is because it snows in Colorado. Colorado river water is what we pipe in to keep the place green. Anyway, so you start getting out into the desert, and it's the real deal. It's beautiful, in my opinion, and a great place to take the family, teach the kids how to ride dirt bikes, teach them how to shoot. You can teach them about survival issues. The desert's a great place to give some survival training to your youngins or family members. It's fantastic. You got to be careful, just like any other wilderness, be it rainforest or high mountains, whatever, jungle. The desert can be very inhospitable, and there's very, very few opportunities to hydrate yourself, natural opportunities. So with all of that said, it quickly is unoccupied as you go out the 8, and you eventually hit the border with Arizona, the great state of Arizona, and the very first large metropolitan place you'll hit is Yuma. I'm guessing about maybe 120, 140 miles after that, it's real Badlands. It's the real deal. It's like the surface of another planet. Now, I was going to Havasu, but I had to go up through Phoenix. Had a lot of time to kill. I was just cruising. I was just driving around enjoying the desert. And I happened to pull over in this little pull-out area, not necessarily a rest stop, and some guy noticed my California license plate and wanted to chat for a moment. Excuse me. Huh. Team Glock. That's right. So, we started chatting for a moment, and I, of course, brought up some of the immigration issues. Arizona has obviously been in the headlines as of late because some of her elected officials have taken a stand and pushed through legislation to crack down on immigration. And because the great state of Arizona, she has no choice. And the federal government has just put her in a shitty position. I started talking to this guy, and he pointed out to me, when you go hit Gila Bend, Gila as in Gila monster, the black and yellow poisonous lizard, from Gila Bend all the way out to an area known as Casa Grande, interpret big house, as in jail. Ain't nobody going to jail anywhere around there. There's not enough resources. We don't have enough Border Patrol agents. There's not enough sheriffs out there. Old Sheriff Joe from Maricopa. God, we can use a lot of men like him throughout this country. He pointed out to me some signs that I would notice. And here's the story behind those signs. I'm going to tell you this first, and then I'm going to hopefully edit one into this video, time permitting. I got to get out of here pretty quick. Arizona basically complained to the federal government and said, hey, look, Obama administration, you dickheads, it's your job to secure the international borders, okay? We're a sovereign state. Our neighbors, California, New Mexico, etc. You can travel freely throughout America. There's no checkpoint Charlie when you go from California to Nevada and from Nevada to Arizona kind of thing. May I see your papers, please? We don't have that in America, but we do have international borders, and those are the responsibility of the federal government. That's what we told them to do. Do your fucking job, right? George W. II, he put in a feel-good effort and started building a fence, and at least tried to fake it a little bit. As Marvintheboon calls him, our good President Urkel and his administration, this is what happened when Arizona said, please, we need some help. The Bureau of Land Management and the Department of Homeland Security sent to the state of Arizona, or they sent some representatives out to the state of Arizona, where they planted some signs over a 40-mile stretch that is dangerous as hell. Don't go camping there, bring your family. Here's verbatim what the signs say. Remember, this is on American soil about 100 miles north, about 100 miles away from our international border with Mexico. Headline reads on the sign, danger, public warning, travel not recommended. And then in bulleted subsections underneath, bullet number 1, active drug and human smuggling area. Bullet 2, visitors may encounter armed criminals and smuggling vehicles traveling at high rates of speed. Bullet 3, stay away from trash, clothing, backpacks, and abandoned vehicles. Bullet 4, if you see suspicious activity, do not confront. Underline. Move away and call 911. And the final bullet, BLM encourages visitors to use public lands north of Interstate 8. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? It's too dangerous here because of Mexican drug cartels and the smuggling of anything you can possibly think of. The human smuggling, the drug smuggling, the contraband of any shape, size, form, the counterfeit Ralph Lauren clothing, the counterfeit Nike shoes, the counterfeit CDs, DVD, etc., etc. All the smuggling going on in this area that's run by the drug cartels of Mexico on U.S. soil. My head wants to explode when I saw the signs. That was our current administration's response. These guys have basically annexed eminent domain Mexican style. They have come across the international border onto U.S. soil into the great state of Arizona and said, and these guys are well equipped. Don't fool yourself for a sec that these are just some day laborer types that are hanging out in front of Home Depot. No, no, no. They've got very, very sophisticated methods of travel. They've got near military style 4x4s, basically trophy truck, race trucks like you would run in the Baja 1000. They have lookouts up on high ground, very tactically good thinking on their part. They got lookout stations with incredible amounts of monitoring systems. They've got all the, the Generation 4 night vision. They have very, very high-tech, secure communication methods, that the satellite phones with encryption that would be the envy of intelligence agencies throughout the world. MI6 in England and CIA in US and the Mossad in Israel. They've got as good as any government agency has. They have sensors in the ground to detect people coming in, and they are controlling the thoroughfares or pipelines, gateways, if you will, for the smugglers of fill in the blank that are coming in through Mexico. And I don't know what to say. It makes my head want to explode. That on U.S. soil, it's Arizona, for God's sake. And very far into Arizona, they don't have the resources or manpower, and nobody's helping them out to try to curtail this, try to stop it. Way outmanned. Way outmanned. You talk about being a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. There ain't no way in heck. And they're just coming across from Mexico like a swarm of locusts. And our poor law enforcement officials they're hopping on one leg with a butterfly net, wearing clothes made of nice, juicy, fresh, crisp iceberg lettuce. And here comes a swarm of locusts. And they might catch a couple with a gay little butterfly net. There's no way they're stopping the horde that's just going to overrun them, and they're going to get chewed up. I've got much respect for them. They're they're walking into a meat grinder, the job they're doing. But this is on U.S. soil, and our current presidential administration just does not seem to care. Arizona, of course, she's part of our republic, and she has every right to display and wave the American flag. One of the most beautiful things that my eyes have ever seen. It's Old Glory herself. The red, white, and blue, man, the stars and stripes. Arizona, she has a right to fly that flag. But red, white, and blue, we might as well just take the red and blue off of it and leave it just plain white. It's exactly what it seems what we're doing. I got to get out of here. I just wanted to rant for a little bit and respond to Marvintheboon's video. I am Mr. Willie19. This is the Second Minute Show here on the YT YouTube. I want to thank you so very much for watching. And as always, I'm hoping this video finds you and finds you well. Cheers.